How are you all? I have some things to share with you all today. BlackRock, these people are very, very dishonest and you can't trust them at all. There's a huge fight going on right now between the US government and Wall Street. People like BlackRock have been messing with and controlling the economy for years. Now Donald Trump and his team are attacking them and putting them in danger. In real time, they are fighting each other. And that's the reason the markets are going crazy. But besides that, there are a lot of other strange things going on in the markets that not many people thought would happen given where we are now. And first, I just want to talk about how volatile XRP is. Do you agree? It has gone up, down, left, right, and center. We did buy the dip a few times down here, and you can see that we did catch a really nice top for XRP. We then sold. I'm happy with where we are now because of this. In the Crypto Crusaders trade group, things are going really well. We need to praise that because it's where all the money is coming from. I'll say more about that later. Let's talk about what's going on here. And, well, we just found out what Trump thinks are his top economic goals. Knowing this is likely the most important thing you can do to make money right now. We can see that for weeks, President Trump said there would be no slowdown in tariffs, even though stocks lost more than $12 trillion. After the bond market crashed, a 90-day tariff pause was put in place 12 hours later. A good thing to talk about is ties and keeping an eye on them. That's what we'll do right now. Before the taxes on April 2nd, the yield on a 10-year note was going down in a straight line. This might have been because rates were going down. Yes, this is really all about rates going down. The yield on a 10-year note, on the other hand, shot up by 65 basis points to 4.5% as a basis trade unwound because of instability. Mr. Trump has made it clear that lowering interest rates is very important to him. Trump asked Powell, the head of the Fed, to lower interest rates even on April 4th. Interest rates and the price of oil were going down because of the trade war, so Trump could keep putting heat on. Trump is going to keep doing this. Then, on April 7th, something changed. Interest rates shot through the roof as stocks fell. The difference in yields between the S&P 500 and the 10-year note, as shown below, has never been seen before. In fact, we've never seen anything like it. Even though bonds are thought to be safe, they are falling even faster than stocks. Then, at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time on April 7th, the first news story about a 90-day tax pause came out. It's now clear that this was not fake news, even though the White House called it that. Trump likely talked about this 90-day break with his advisors while the 10-year yield went up. What the heck is going on? After 2 days on April 2nd, the 90-day tariff pause was made public. Then Trump pretty much admitted that it was the bond market. I looked at the bond market. It's really hard. It's pretty now that you look at it. He said this was the rate of interest. Let me now show you what Trump says. This really is a moment in American history and events around the world. It's really lovely, maybe even the most lovely thing ever. Hey, I love Trump. The way he talks is really funny. What we saw last night at the end of the clip gives us a better idea of where people were getting sick. He was talking about the basis trade ending, which is explained in the previous post. However, Trump knew that the $800 billion basis trade would set the 10-year rate to 5% if he didn't do anything. That's why he had to stop these taxes right away. He really didn't have a choice. Things would have gone crazy if he hadn't done it. Then, as we can see, the collapse of the base trade has quickly sent demand for safe havens back into gold. That's also where the stock market and the cryptocurrency market both got better. Anyone remember that? That's pretty much what we traded in my Crypto Crusaders group. If you look back at this chart, you can see that we bought these dips because we were sure that this was going to be. We sold right here after getting to a high point of about 208. That was the end of it. As you can see, we got it just right, and after that, prices went down even more. I think there was one more rally where we quickly got a little higher than where we sold, but that's okay. Today we're at 193, and I will be looking to buy more dips very soon. I don't want you to miss that, so make sure you click on the Levi Crypto Crusaders link below. Guys, there's still a lot more to talk about in this movie. A lot of strange things are happening. Here, what we're really seeing is the market realizing something. Base rates of 10% on all countries are happening around the world, right? That is still going on. Imports of cars into the US are still subject to 25% taxes. 25% charges on metal and steel, right? 25% taxes on goods coming from Mexico and Canada. And then 145 taxes on goods that come from China. These taxes are not all being put on hold. Other taxes are also being put on hold. These ones are not being put on hold at this time. These ones are going to be real. On top of that, this list doesn't include all the taxes that were put on the US in response. It's important to remember that the US has also been hit with taxes by the European Union, Canada, and Mexico. So this is going to make things very interesting for all of you back at home. There are some things that will always be true, no matter where you are in the world, while these other things stay the same. Things can change at the drop of a hat, as we saw with Trump. That's why I film every day. Having said that, this is how things stand right now, right? That being said, other groups and countries negotiating free trade deals outside of the US is the first and, I think, most important thing that's going to start happening here. It will probably have a big effect on the US. Putting America first is the most important thing that Donald Trump wants to do. He also wants to keep America as the world's leading nation. That means that if something threatens that, Donald Trump might change his mind a little to fit that. No doubt that's why he put taxes on hold, right? The break of 90 days. As we already talked about, that's why he did it. However, the European Union and the UAE are now making some interesting moves in this area. In a sense, they're agreeing to start talking about free trade. Yes, Trump is going to look at this and not like it. He will think that the European Union and the UAE are trying to make a new trade deal with each other that doesn't involve the US, and might even try to replace the US in the long run. That depends on how Trump reacts to this. It depends on him whether that's possible and whether it will happen. You can bet that the Trump government is aware of this and is asking, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this? Also, they are planning a move right now. I promise you that 100%. Also, you can see that the US has made a lot of work with inflation, which is different from what most people thought would happen. Inflation in the US has officially dropped to 2.4%, which is a lot less than what was expected. We thought it would be 2.6 or 2.7. It's a good sign when someone comes in 0.3 or 0.2 below what was expected. Now, it's up to you whether you believe these numbers or not. But still, if these numbers are correct, it means that things are going well for the United States. They're on the right track. And rates will be lowered, which is exactly what Trump wants to happen to make sure that the economy of the United States grows in the future. As we can see though, Amazon is also telling you that prices will go up in the future. Now, everyone knows that Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the United States. They also sell things to people all over the world. And it makes sense that Amazon's prices will go up if the cost of things goes up. In essence, they're just a bunch of different stores selling their goods on the same site. Now, these people will have to pay more to get into some places, which means prices will have to go up. Even though inflation may be low right now, the Renaissance basically told us that our prices need to go up if we want to still make money. At the same time, we can see that BlackRock is selling an absolutely crazy amount of cryptocurrency. That's crazy. People have bought $250 million worth of Bitcoin, but they bought it when it went down. Okay? All of this was sold by BlackRock on April 9th. Yes, there was a pretty big drop. Okay, I'm sorry, a little before April 9th. It was April 8th. On April 9th, people learned about it. So if you look at April 8th, you'll see that we lost a lot of money very quickly, all over the cryptocurrency market while BlackRock was buying. But what's interesting is that retail bought back. So, right now, something truly amazing is taking place. Small players like you and me are winning while BlackRock is losing. This doesn't happen very often, which makes me very happy. There needs to be more people in the middle class, people with lower incomes, and even small and medium-sized business owners and producers who move the economy forward. We need them to win. I don't like it when businesses always get ahead at our cost. But I love it when it goes the other way. I think this is great to see. It makes me happy to want to see more of this. After all that, there must be a lot going on, right? BlackRock only cares about what's best for them.